These are the adventures of Super Chick, and I have a story to share. So around this time last year, I was feeling a lot of anxiety around where my daughter was going to go to preschool in the fall. And it wasn't a more familiar obstacle for me, which is often money. This was, where are we going to get in? We were on a few wait lists, and it was a different sense of, slightly different version of discomfort and anxiety. And my word for the year last year was trust. So this story sort of goes out to any of you who are applying somewhere, looking to get in somewhere, interested in something where many people would like to do the same thing at the same time, and there may not be room for everyone. I get a little worked up just in describing it that way. But it's great to tell the story with hindsight because there's a little less emotional detail and a little more bullet point facts, right? So it's this time last year, and I'm leaning into the trust of the universe, and I keep saying on repeat, I trust that she will end up in the school that serves her highest good. And I really worked on being clear about, while I'm ushering her, it's not about me, right? And it's a new level of separation when you have a toddler who's now going into preschool. Like, that wasn't an experience we had before. So the separation in and of itself has a little bit of anxiety around it, right? Or within it. I was trying to be really graceful about it. I was really excited for her, partly because I took the human steps that I could take. The first being, let's visit a preschool. And when we get there, she is like, ah! Are you kidding me? I could be in a room with other children, all of the favorite activities that I like to do, and a few adults who care about us. And literally, like, we just go in to visit. We're supposed to be there for 10 minutes. We're there for an hour and a half. They allow her to fully participate. She can be a little shy with adults that she hasn't met before. She is directly discussing things with the teachers immediately. Oh, preschool is going to be just right for her. She's ready, beyond ready, and she's really excited. So step one, check. Yes, we're going to preschool in the fall, right? Step two, we get on a few wait lists. I shouldn't say all the wait lists. That's what it feels like. But really, we get on 3 wait lists of schools that have come into my purview based on my community, based on my Instagram feed, right? So we're on these wait lists. I'm feeling anxious. What's it going to be? And then I do some follow-ups. And those are all the things that I know how to do to help her get into the right school. The rest of it is just managing the emotion, right? Well, so literally a year ago, I'm invited to this garden party. This woman I know has pause. The garden party is off the hook. She has created a glass house to her specifications within her beautiful garden to have women come over, to have people come over and have dinner parties. It's glorious. And I don't know the women that are there. The woman hosting, I know somewhat. We've done some work together in the past. We're not close friends. And everyone else who's invited, I'm meeting for the first time. And one of the things I discuss with them is that I'm, looking for a preschool for my daughter for the fall. And there's sort of that community camaraderie around waitlisting, around wanting what's best for your kid, around that transition from my little child is at home with me every day to my little child has an experience separate from me, integral to our week, right? And regardless of age, when you're experiencing that, there is a transition that happens. And some of these women there have children. Well, when I'm describing my process, one of the women has just told a story. And included in that story, she states that she doesn't believe in God. And in contrast to that, I sort of notice in my language, like almost audibly, like it's louder or more sparkly or something, how much of my process is trusting in the universe that Lillian will arrive in the right school. And that while I've taken these few human steps that I knew how to take, I'm handing it over and I'm trusting that that is how it will work out best. And one of the things I love in this conversation space, in this glass house, I have this sort of awareness of how we are nature too, and we are all evolving and growing with different fertilizers or ingredients, however you want to describe it. I'm in this garden setting. And we're all welcome at this table. No one's having a strong reaction to her saying she doesn't believe in God, and no one's having a strong reaction to me trusting in the divine. It's just all a part of the conversation. And in that moment, I'm really grateful for my community. Again, these are women I hadn't even met before. And it feels very communal. And it sort of helps me realize that one of my goals for the preschool is that we have a positive experience with community. That's what I'm craving here. And that, I think, is okay for me to share with Lillian. Like, yeah, that's my stuff. And yeah, I think that's her stuff too. She would enjoy a community. I will enjoy a community. So a couple weeks later, I have a pop-up planned with a friend of mine who happens to work at the preschool, one of the preschools that we are waitlisted for. And so some of the other teachers get invited to the pop-up. She's hosting it at her home. So we're having a fun shopping party. This is for Vocabulary, my boutique. And at some point, my girlfriend introduces me to the other teachers, and I say, okay, ladies, I'd really like for my daughter to go to your preschool in the fall, so I'd really appreciate some help. And they're so graceful as they say, that's wonderful. We hope she gets in. We can't help you with this. I was like, okay. But again, here I am in community with these people who are working at the very school that I'm interested in her attending. My sister sent her kids there. My brother-in-law went there when he was little. There's just something lovely and communal about that, right? But I'm also interested in these other schools. Side note, the first school that we visited, I found out that the woman that ran the school's daughter was the children's librarian at the library that we go to weekly. Again, community, right? And I'm starting to get a little more focused on my goal and a little less concerned with the scary obstacles of, will we get through this wait list? So after the pop-up, I, have a side conversation with my girlfriend and say, do you think there's anything that I could specifically do around getting my daughter into this particular preschool? If this is the best one, right? At this point, I'm still leaving it up to the heavens. And she says, just follow up. That's the best thing you can do. Noted. Well, they have their end of school year celebration, like for the staff and teachers and director of the school. My girlfriend has a couple glasses of wine and says, I definitely name drop Lillian's name during after end of school year dinner, just so you know. Like, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And so, I don't know, I want to say months later, it's probably a month and a half later. I'm just managing my feelings of anxiety. We still don't know where she's going in the fall. It's summertime. It's coming up. And I just get a little ding, and I reach out to my girlfriend. I'm at the park. Lillian's playing. And I say, so what do you think the best avenue is for communicating with the director of the school? I want to follow up. I think she was on a trip. I think she's back. She said, yeah, she was in Italy. And I'm like, oh, that sounds amazing. She said, but she is back. And I would say Just call the school. She works during the summer. Great. So I hang up, I take a deep breath, and I call the school. And she answers. She's in that day. And I ask her how her trip to Italy was, and she talks about her plans for retirement. And I'm like, I just love Italy. And again, I'm sort of distracted from the anxiety and concern about, will we get in? Is there room for us? And I'm just having a lovely conversation with a woman around Italy. And then I say, I also wanted to connect with you about my daughter's waitlist status for the fall. And she says, oh, yeah. Remind me her name. And what were you looking for? Was it 2 days or 3 days or 5 days? And just real casual conversation. Not the weight of the world that it might feel like in its moments. It definitely by other moms got referred to as like trying to get your child into Harvard. And I would say that's a false equivalency, except energetically it's the same. Will we be accepted? Will we get in? Is there room for us? Perhaps even, are we good enough? Things to heal internally. This is an opportunity to heal some of those things. Back to the conversation with the director. Guess what her response is to me? Cecelia, I'm just so glad you called right now. This is why I hand it over to the divine. The smile that grows on my face when I hear those words is like I have all the confidence in the universe. She says, I think maybe, let me just stay on the phone. Let me check a couple of things. And we get up on that phone call for a good 30 minutes, I think. The amount of time she says, let me just make sure. No. And finally, I'm going to give her the spot. I'm going to do it right now. Let me check one more thing. So she'll be coming here 3 days a week, which is exactly what we wanted. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And there's a little bit of insecurity about, is this the best possible school for her? And then there is the trust. I'm just so happy you called right now. Why did I even think to call in that particular moment? Of all the other moments, right? And that's where my trust gets stronger and my confidence grows. And I feel a bit like a superhero navigating this world. And I'm so grateful that we've moved from waitlist status to we are attending this school. And the schedule is going to work. And my baby girl's going off to preschool. And I feel really, really good about it. And the reason I love sharing it right now, a year later, is that what I hear on repeat when people ask me, oh, how's preschool going? It's her first time. I hear myself say, we are having such a wonderful experience. She absolutely loves school. I'm really enjoying the schedule and what it's meant for me and you here. And we have an excellent community. It is such a wonderful community. I've shared some things with these preschool moms that I haven't shared with some of my best friends that I've had for many, many years. Like instant connection, friendship. And after this recording, I'm going to a play date with 2 of her besties from class. And that's a regular experience for us. The text chains are on repeat. So not only was there room for us, I truly believe she landed in the school that served her highest good. And in doing that, it served my highest good too. This story is completely infused with trust. And if you have a vision of what you'd like to experience, allow yourself the time and space to imagine it and sort of focus in, if you will, on the ingredient that you're craving. Mine was community, and it's exactly what we manifested for ourselves. And I couldn't be more grateful. So with that, I'll say ciao for now. I'm Cecelia Sterling, and these are the adventures of Super Chick.